What is up, everybody? So today I thought I would show you all about Lunar. I recently fired the gun yesterday, but I was too tired to try and do the video. So I've decided to do a video today. Now, Luna's Howl is a famous gun during the time of Satan, for it was notoriously difficult to get, and it was quite rewarding for the part that you had to do. I will go through the steps, and the first one is quite obvious, for it is a hand cannon. 150 hand cannon kills. Just normal hand cannon kills. Then you have 200 solar kills, which is a ridiculous amount. You can use like a solar super, solar hand cannon, solar fusion rifle. It doesn't matter what you use, it just has to be a solar kill. And then, just to tip it off, you have to do 150 precision hand cannon kills. Precision. No, not 150. What am I thinking? 100. Still quite a large amount. And the final step, which is what made this hand cannon so incredibly difficult to get, was Reach Fabled. Now, I got Recluse long before I got Luna's Howl, because the steps for the Recluse was get loads of wins and reach Fabled. I already reached Fabled, so that was the easiest part. I just needed to do the 200 solar kills and the 100 precision kills. So now I'm going to go over what you want to use to get these quest steps done. Now, if I had to recommend anything, it would be the Ace of Spades. Now, if you don't have the Ace of Spades, you want to go for 140, yeah, a 140 or 110 firing hand cannon, because these hit hard usually in 3 bullets. So to start off with my obviously for the first step. You don't have to obviously do your shots, but it is my personal preference to use the Ace of Spades. So algorithms, why of all things would you use the Ace of Spades? Well, the main perk is the main perk. I could honestly not care less what you were to use for the solar kills. You could use mind bending, fusion rifle, sniper rifle, hand cannon, even if you still wanted to stay in that idea of using a hand cannon, which is probably the best idea if you're going to do this over the course of the day, a couple of days, depends how good you are, of course, at the use. Slowly, do it speed. Honestly, I was doing it gambit idea. So my main tip is to use the Ace of Spades, or something that can show that you've done a precision kill. That's probably the best idea. The Ace of Spades is just very good. Hand cannon in general, it was in its prime, like before you'd start seeing Lunas in comp. So that's why I used it, because if you still need to reach that fabled, you would see quite a lot of Ace of Spades, so why not use it as well? Now onto the weapon itself. I will show you its main perks. I've used this weapon very briefly, very briefly indeed. As I said, I got it yesterday. So it is a precision frame. Recoil pattern on this weapon is more predictably vertical, fires quickly with high accuracy. Polygonal rifling, barrel optimized for recoil reduction, increases stability. Drop mag, which is the downside of this weapon. Magazine drops on reload, wasting ammunition, but greatly increasing the reload speed, as previously seen here. Now, with Zen Moment, this is where it really shines. Causing damage with this weapon, not kills, increase the weapon's stability. So you're getting trust-like movement. And then its pinnacle perk, Magnificent Howl. Rapidly landing 2 precision shots increase the next shot's damage, range for a short duration, and of course it has the stability masterwork. Now, another thing that you can do that is quite almost like a better version of it is this keepsake. Master Luna's Howl, using it to defeat opponents in the survival playlist, which is comp. It is approximately 500 kills to get this quest step done. Then comes a real challenge, even now when comp is so much easier. And that is Reach the Legend, which is the final rank in competitive Crucible. The most largest accomplishment you could ever have is to have the Not Forgotten. Twice the range, still has Magnificent Howl, and doesn't have drop mag. It's better than the Luna's Howl in every way possible. So if you want to go an extra stretch just for that flex, obviously go for Not Forgotten, even though I will never get Not Forgotten, not within my lifetime. I'm not even going to try, because Destiny is definitely on its last. It's not going to live long. It's probably got a year left. Now, Luna's Howl, as you may see at the bottom, has a long tab. Guardians never die, but we don't forget those who do. Lord Shaxx. Joseph opened the door. Shaxx filled the hallway beyond. You look like hell, said the Crucible handler. Joseph scoffed. Get out of here. I have Hive to hunt. No time for the Crucible today. Hive? You lost you on the moon? Joseph said nothing. You aren't the only Guardian to leave loved ones behind on that rock. Shaxx held out a long, lacquered box. The gunsmith asked me to deliver this personally. What's Banshee thinking? I can't afford this. I took care of it, scavenged parts from my personal collection. Joseph considered it a moment. It's a good gun. She was a good dog, but this is no replacement. But I will help you finish your business with the Hive, then I expect to see you back in the Crucible. We could use the inspiration. Now, over the time that you play to complete this is, well, it's rather strange. It is the stages of loss, shock and denial, anger and bargaining, remembrance, and like the other steps. And over these times, Joseph will speak to the people you see throughout the game. After losing his dog on the moon, Luna. And the reason why I have chosen the moon to go to on this specific place is you can visit Luna's grave. This is her gun. Luna was a dog, which is considering quite rare to be happening after the collapse. So we see now that this gun was made for a relief for Joseph to finish his business with the Hive, and then to go on and get back into the Crucible. So that's basically Luna's house. It's a sad run and a sad backstory. Which is probably the worst part about this. Once you know the ending, it feels like you've won, but for a price. You almost feel like you've taken this man's gun, his happiness, away from him, because it's the only way he can remember his dog. And that's the worst part about having this gun. But the best part of having Luke not forgotten is knowing that he can have that gun back. And you have a better version of it. Quite greedy if I say so myself. So that's the story of Luna's house, and this thing performs still quite amazing in the Crucible. Of course, not forgotten as its much stronger, better brother, but it's still phenomenal in the Crucible. A 3-tap, 2 headshots, well, and another headshot got hurt. That's the 1, 2, 3. And with every precision hit you land, it will slightly increase. That's what it doesn't mention. And I wanted to make this video because when I started this game, this was probably the first game I ever started in PvP. And I never thought I would get so far in this game to be able to get such a famous, sad, glorious weapon. You wouldn't think it. I started over a year ago. A year. That's how long it has taken me. A year ago, the season of the Forge was around, which was, of course, the time where... what was it called? Season of the Forge, which you can quite obviously link to Ada 1. So, I joined a year ago, which took quite some time, and I never thought I would get this weapon. But here I am. I was around the time of its meta, and now its time has passed. I finally got it. Just my luck. And I did want to just say this to everybody who is watching this video. If you play Destiny 2 and you now know what this gun is, and heard the quest steps and heard how long it took me to just get it, and there's even harder version, just because I couldn't do it doesn't mean you can't. You will inevitably find it easier, because if you've played games, more games than me, because I was playing that many games long before I got Destiny 2. You can do this. I can do it. You can. I want all of you, everybody who's watching this video who plays Destiny 2, to go out, strive, be the best you can, inspire okay? Just a small favour. And hopefully you do listen and me that you've taken inspiration from my video as a small YouTube channel. Anyway,